Audible? Hello. Did they get this stream? No one is there. Good evening. Good evening. You have to join with this new stream. You have to delete the earlier stream. Delete it? Okay. Print. Still buffering. It is okay now. For someone it is okay. For someone it is not okay. Don't know what we should do. Only 3 members have joined. Everything is all right. Buffering, buffering, buffering. Still buffering? Hello, 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 hello. Audible? Is it audible to everyone? The moment you are just coming and still saying buffering, buffering is happening, I don't know what is the issue. We have even checked the internet speed also. Internet speed is also okay. From our end, from your end only the messages are coming. Last class was okay for everyone? Is there any issue in the last class? Or only in this class started? Voice audible, but video is not. Video is buffering. Audio okay, but video not okay. Sometime it is stucking. That is the issue. What is the issue? Actually, I am not getting. Sir, why are you keep linking last class and present class? Linking is very important, beta. Is it okay now? Shall I start? In physics, somebody has asked the question, why I was linking this class with the previous class? Because the topic was the previous one, types of vector. Let's cancel class. Your name is very difficult. Otherwise, I would have pronounced your name. Let's see, just wait for a moment. Let's see whether this will be okay or not okay. Then what we can do? We don't have any choice. Is this the first time? Beta, this issue is happening for the first time? Earlier you had also classes in the physics and chemistry. Before the gift classes, I think. Yeah, only in this class for the first time it is happening, this issue. Is it stucking or it is continuous? Anna? Is it continuous or buffering sometime? Okay, that is why. Always in your class. In my class, too much workload is there, na? I think just because of that it happens. What should we do now? Shall I start teaching? Then we can check whether it is manageable or not manageable. Give me thumbs up if it is manageable or not manageable. Give me thumbs up, manageable or not manageable. Now it is clear. Previous class too, buffering sometimes, still buffering constantly. Can't. Mixed reactions are coming. Some are saying thumbs up, some are saying thumbs down. Start, sir. Some members are saying start, sir. Some members are saying don't start. Anna, is it manageable or not manageable? Start. Shall I start? Okay, let me try. But time is just 7:25. It's okay. Let me see whether it is working or not working. If it is not working, now it is clear. So if it is not working, we'll end the class. Don't worry. Not too much we will study little bit. Let's see whether it is working or not working for you. Right now it is continuously working. Sometime it can buffer. Let's see whether it is manageable or not manageable. Let's see. Sometime it is buffering. So after buffering, so again it is starting from the same point where I have end. It is not like that it is a discontinuous thing over there. For example, if I said something, after that it is manageable. I think so. From the same end where it is buffering, again same point it is starting. Is it so or not? So I am just telling the next type of vector. Today not too much there, theoretical is there. So I hope you will try to. You can again watch the video. If somewhere you are having the doubt, still it is saved over there. I will not teach too much. Already so much time has gone. So it's better to utilize this time rather than saying that let's end the class. So there is, from the next time we'll take care of this thing. Today though we can't do right now anything. So right now we can just do one thing. We can do, so please don't try to answer, problem you are getting buffering. I know, I have also seen here, just for 1 or 2 seconds buffering is happening and again that it is starting. But it is not, there is a discontinuity there. Right? My idea is to record your class and release it your channel, and afterwards we try to glance on the video. Yes beta, one very good suggestion has given. Whatever we teach here, it gets stored in this channel and later on you can watch this video if at some point of time you don't understand it properly. So I'm not going to teach too much. So just see here what I'm going to teach now. The parallel, anti-parallel and orthogonal vector we have studied last class. Today we are going to study the next type of vector we are having is null vector. The fourth vector we are having is the null vector. The fourth type of vector we are having is null vector. From its name itself it is clear. A vector, a null vector is a vector which has zero magnitude and no specific direction. Zero magnitude and no specified direction. And no specified direction is known as null vector. No specified direction. That type of vector is known as null vector, and the symbol for null vector is, we just write here, like in scalars we are having 0. In similarly in vectors we are having null vector, and the symbol for null vector we uses here, we write 0 and above over it we write vector. So this type of vector is known as null vector. And how do we obtain the null vector? For example, if I add two vectors here, for example, if I add two vectors here, for example, I am having vector A. I am having vector A and I am adding into this vector that is known as minus A vector. Two vectors I am adding, one is plus A and one is minus A. What is the answer I will get here? Tell me, what is the answer I will get here? The answer will be zero vector, or zero vector here we call it as null vector, which does not having any magnitude and not specified direction, arbitrary direction. That vector is known as null vector. I hope you understood. Very good. I hope it is understood to you. Very good. Next you are having, next vector you are having, this is it. This is it. Next vector you are having will be, fifth vector you are having is co-planar vector. From its name itself it is clear. Co-planar vector. What is co-planar vector? Those two vectors which are lying in a same plane. Those two vectors, for example, I have to show you a plane. Now for a plane, is there any notebook? Working. Is there any notebook here? Notebook. So, what are the coplanar vector? Just in a moment, I'll show you an example of coplanar vector. Of two vectors which are lying in the same plane are known as coplanar vector. Coplanar vectors, those vectors which are lying in the same plane. One pen, okay. Those two vectors, those vectors which are lying in the same plane are known as coplanar vector. So what are coplanar vectors? Those vectors which are lying in the same plane. For example, I am having this notebook. Can you see this notebook? Yes, this is a plane. This is a pen. This is a one vector I am having. And I am having another pen which is representing another vector. So these are two vectors you can see. Can you see? Can you see these two vectors? I hope for everyone it is visible. So these two vectors, if they are lying in this plane, see, I hope everyone can see that. These two vectors which are lying in the same plane, these two vectors are known as, they can be anywhere. They can be anywhere, like this, like this, like this. So these two vectors are known as coplanar vectors. The vectors which are lying in a same plane are known as coplanar vectors. This is it. So today we are studying null vector, then we have studied coplanar vector. Those vectors which are lying in the same plane are known as coplanar vector. Next you will be having sixth type of vector you are having is, concurrent vector. By the way, it is not required so much in the physics, but still I am telling. Concurrent vectors. So what is concurrent vectors? Can anybody? Have you ever studied this? I hope you have never studied it, and you only studied in this class. You will never study it again. Just small type of vector. Somebody is saying non-coplanar vector, null vector. Somebody is saying, but a null vector, no magnitude, no direction. In vectors, if you are having a 0, how will you represent a 0 in vector form? With the help of a null vector, which does not having any magnitude, no direction. That is null vector. Let's again focus to the concurrent vector. What is concurrent vectors? Those vectors which are passing through a common point, or those two vectors, or those vectors which are passing through or intersect. For passing through a common point or intersect, you can say that those vectors which are passing through a common point, or you can say in another words, starting from the same point, starting from the same point, are known as concurrent vectors. Are known as concurrent vectors. So there are so many ways of saying it. There are so many ways of saying it. For example, here is the scenario you are having. You are having one vector like this. You are having one vector like this. And you are having one vector like this. Three vectors. There are three ways of saying it. Same initial point, one way of saying it. Or in another way, you can say that these three vectors are passing through the same point. This is one vector, this is second vector, this is the third vector. So these A and B and C are which type of vectors? These are concurrent vectors. A, B, C are your concurrent vectors. Those vectors which are starting from the same point or intersecting three ways. Intersecting what? Because it's examiner choice what language he wants to use. Intersecting at same point, starting from same point, or passing through a common point. In any ways you can say. These are concurrent vectors. Now the next type of vectors you are having is, can anybody? Axial vectors. Next type of vectors we are having is axial vectors. From its name, this vector is also itself clear. Axial vectors. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody make a guess? Beta, somebody saying convergent. I think you are saying convergent for the previous one. Convergent also the same thing. Converging. Converging mean like this. This is the meaning of convergence. In light we use this word, convergent rays. So like a vector, they are converging at a point. Angle pe bhi aa rahe beta, don't worry. We are coming to the angle also. First, tell me what is axial vectors. Beta, those who are chatting with themselves, please don't do that. Otherwise, you will be removed from the class. Be careful. Just answer my question. What question I have asked? Axial vectors. Actually, these vectors are usually used in, there is a one chapter known as rotation. In this axial vectors are basically used in a topic that we studied is the rotational motion. For example, if I imagine myself as a fan, so I am rotating like this. Is it okay? Fan rotates, yes or no? So fan can rotate like this, anti-clockwise or like this. But usually home fan can only rotate in one direction, right? But there are some objects which having both the circular motions, both the rotational motion. Now in a rotational motion, how will you decide the direction? In a rotational motion, how will you decide? So the direction in the rotational motion is decided by the axis. Is decided by the axis. So you can imagine me as a rotor, and on my head there is an axis passing through. So I am rotating about this. So that is why when I am rotating, so this is the axial vector. This is the axial vector, right? So need not to worry about this too much. When you will study the chapter rotational motion, there we will study this axial vectors. So what is the meaning of axial vectors? These vectors are used in rotational motion, The direction of the rotational motion is given by the direction of rotational motion is given by the axis of rotation according to right hand screw rule. So what is this right hand screw rule? You need not to worry about at this moment. So what are axial vectors? These vectors are used in which motion, beta? Rotational motion. So in rotational motion, how do you tell the direction? By the how do you tell? By the axis. And what is the rule? Screwdriver, have you seen, na? Have you seen the screwdriver like this? This is the right hand screw rule. So one time like this, anti-clockwise, clockwise, this is the axis. Thumbs tell the direction. But need not to study at this moment. Need not to study, just you have a little bit knowledge about the axial vector. So I hope to everyone axial vector is clear. Give me thumbs up if you understood. Not too much detail, only the basic of axial vector if you have understood. Next type of vector we are having, beta, is the unit vector. Very, very important. This type of vector, today's whatever the vectors I have taught, not too much important, but the most important vector is the next vector that I'm going to teach is known as your unit vector. And the symbol for a unit vector I'm writing. Symbol for unit vector, any quantity can be vector. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. For any quantity you can write a vector. I am taking n, symbol n, and in the above of n I am writing a cap. What is the symbol for vector? If I want to write n vector, this is n vector. What is this vector representing? That this n is which quantity? Scalar or vector? This is vector quantity. But if I write a cap symbol, if I make a cap above over any quantity, from its name it is clear. It is a which type of vector? It is a unit vector. It is a unit vector. Now let's know about what is a unit vector. From its name it's clear. Every vector, whenever they have made a vector, in their name itself it is clear what they are representing. So what these vector, unit vector, those vectors, or a vector whose magnitude is unity, whose magnitude is unity. Unity means, what is the meaning of unity? 1. Whose magnitude is unity. Unity means 1. And direction in the, and direction of vector, direction of this vector is in the direction of given vector. So what is the meaning of this line? I'll explain with the help of an example. So first of all, in unit vector, one thing is definitely clear. The magnitude must be 1. Magnitude must be 1. And what about the direction? How we will calculate the direction? That is in the direction of given vector. अब ये क्या हुआ? So it means whenever you are having any vector representing here, we can write those vectors unit vector. How do we write? I'll explain this definition with the help of example. What is the meaning of this second line? First line to everyone understood. That first thing for sure, the magnitude is unity. But direction, how we'll calculate the direction? I'll tell you an example. So the example is very simple. For example, I'm writing the velocity of an object. Let's say the velocity of the object with the v vector and velocity of the vector is something like this: 10 meter per second towards east. So this is your a velocity vector. My question to you is, I want to write the unit vector of this velocity vector. I want to write the unit vector of this velocity vector. So what symbol I will write? First, velocity. Do I want to write vector or unit vector? If I want to write the unit vector, what symbol I must use above its head? Cap. Now, if I use a symbol above here, cap, and now look into the definition. What was the definition we were having? What was the definition, beta, we were having? A vector whose magnitude is what? Unity. So then, in velocity vector, what was the magnitude? 10 meter per second. And what was the direction? East. So then, what is the magnitude of this will be? Tell me in the chat box. What is the magnitude of this unit vector? Tell me the magnitude. Somebody saying 10. No, beta. Answer fast. Give me answer fast. What is the magnitude of this unit vector? 1. What is the magnitude? 1 meter per second. Now what is the direction? A vector. Read the definition. A vector whose magnitude is unity. And direction of this vector is in the direction of given vector. What is the given vector I am having? 10 meter per second towards east. Magnitude same? No. Magnitude will be what? 1. And direction? Different or same? Same as that. Where is the direction? Direction of this vector in the direction of given vector. So what is the direction of given vector? Towards east. This is the unit vector of this. This is the unit vector of this. I hope to everyone understood how to write the unit vector. Given vector 10 meter per second towards east. If somebody is asking, beta, batao, tell the unit vector of this velocity vector. So unit vector will be magnitude, make it 1, and direction, no change. Direction will remain same. Okay. If this is okay, tell me, beta, what is this? What is the name of this symbol? The symbol that I have drawn here. What is the symbol? Modulus, magnitude. What is the magnitude of v vector? Tell me the magnitude of v vector, velocity vector. Tell me everyone the magnitude of velocity vector. Tell me everyone what is the magnitude of this velocity vector. Everyone answer. Yesterday I have told you what is the magnitude of this velocity vector. 10. Very good. I'm very happy you guys are answering clearly. So the answer for the modulus of velocity vector is 10. Now I will make a formula, relation between these three things. This is vector, this is unit vector, this is magnitude. I will make a formula by using this. So can I write this velocity vector? I want to write this velocity vector in terms of this unit vector and modulus. Tell me in the chat box if you can tell. Tell me in the chat box what is the relation I can write. A velocity, any vector. There are two things. This is the original vector. This is the unit vector. And this is the modulus of velocity vector. I want to write velocity vector in terms of this and this. Think. To this unit vector, what should I multiply? This unit vector, what should I multiply so that I get this vector? I should multiply with how much here so that I get this vector? 10. And 10 is equal to what? 10 is equal to what? What is 10 you are having? The magnitude. So the relation will become this. If I multiply a unit vector with the magnitude, I will get the original vector. So that is why, what is the formula of unit vector from here I am getting? What is the formula of the unit vector? So the formula of unit vector becomes vector divided by its magnitude. Beta, I could have written this formula directly, but I have explained you with an example. I have explained it to you with an example. I took a vector, I wrote a unit vector, then I write the modulus, and once I multiply this modulus to the unit vector, once I multiply the magnitude with the unit vector, I get the original vector. I get the original vector. So that is why here we were studying unit vector. How do we find a unit vector? Vector divided by its magnitude. Original vector 10 meter per second. What was the magnitude? 10. Divide here 10. What answer I got? This is the formula for unit vector. I hope everyone understood. Give me thumbs up if you understood the formula of unit vector. What is the formula? So I am writing here the formula, general formula. Give me thumbs up. Give me thumbs up, beta. Give me thumbs up if you guys understood. Give me thumbs up. What is the formula of unit vector? I will write here. Unit vector n cap, general formula. N cap. Vector, original vector I am saying n vector divided by magnitude of vector. Magnitude of vector. What is the symbol of magnitude? My choice. I can also write like this. Either I can write modulus or I can write like this. So this is the general formula of unit vector. I hope everyone understood. Very good. Lots of members are giving thumbs up. So it means everyone has understood. Very good. So everyone understood unit vector. So types of vector over here. Now question arises here. In this system, in this R universe, we need a coordinate system. How many of you know about x-axis, y-axis? You have studied x-axis, y-axis? Beta, I will discuss the question. Don't worry how to find. First, you should know the formula. How to find a unit vector? Just remember the formula. You should know the vector and the magnitude. If you divide, you will get the unit vector. Right? So here, now the question arises, the Cartesian coordinate system. Unit vectors of Cartesian coordinate system. Unit vectors of Cartesian coordinate system. Have you ever studied Cartesian coordinate system? X, Y, Z axis is known as Cartesian coordinate system. Yes, beta. Somebody was saying cap, le tera cap aa gaya. Your cap has arrived. Somebody was saying in the first or second class, sir, cap, le aa gaya. So now you are having 3 axes, beta. How many axes? 3 axes. One is X, one is Y, one is Z. 3 axes you are having, right? So the unit vector, for example, time finish. Yes, beta. Just give me 2-3 minutes, then I will leave the class. Don't worry. Already 20 minutes I have wasted. Can you give 2-3 more minutes? I hope you can understand before leaving the class. In next class, we'll start with the new topics. Don't worry. So here in Cartesian coordinate system, when you write about the vector, right? So for example, if you are having a point in this space, or in up to 10th class you have studied x by coordinate. For example, you have right 2, 3. Am I right? Somebody saying take half an hour. No, but I will not take the extra time. I'll have another place where I have to go for the work, right? I'm having other work classes also. So now see here. So here 2 coordinates. We are not talking about Z here. We are only talking about X and Y. So this 2 is representing X and this 3 is representing Y coordinate. The problem here, up to 10th class you were studying only scalars. So until then it is okay. But now you are studying vectors, so you need direction also. So that is why for x-axis and y-axis and for z-axis you have to specify a unit vector. You have to specify a unit vector. So that is why unit vector along x-axis will be denoted by unit vector along x-axis is denoted by symbol I cap. What is the magnitude of this? 1. But what is the symbol? I cap. Similarly, unit vector along y-axis will be what? J cap. What is the unit vector along z-axis? Again, k cap. Is it okay? Is it okay? For example, in the space, I want to write a coordinate P, like I have told you in the first class, na? I want to write this P, X, Y, Z. I want to represent, and from here I want to draw a vector, OP vector. Remember or not remember? This is a point P, and I'm writing this as position vector. So there is another type of vector. For example, if beta don't discuss another questions, after this you can discuss. Just at this moment listen. How will you represent this coordinate P in the form of vectors? So in the vector form, how many coordinates? So that is why another type of vector you are having. It is not actually the type of vector. It is a position vector. It is a position vector. And how do you write the position vector? R vector. So listen here carefully. This R is made up of how many coordinates? X, Y and Z. How many? X, Y, and Z. X magnitude along which direction? X coordinate is along which direction? X axis. So that is why, how will I write? See the way of writing a position vector. I have to write it like this. X I cap. Axis magnitude, I cap direction, plus another coordinate Y. Y along which axis? Y along which axis? Y axis. So what is the unit vector along Y axis? J cap. So it will become Y J cap plus Z K cap. This is how you write a position vector. So from itself here it is clear that whenever you see I cap, J cap, K cap, okay, in your brain immediate idea comes. Okay, this vector is how much along x-axis? This vector. So from here I'll write you an example here. I will give you an example. Write the position vector of, simple question I will ask. Write the position vector of point 1, 3, 2 meter from origin. How will you represent in this position vector form? If you want to. Time's up. Yes, beta. Just leaving the class. Arey, already wasted the time in the beginning. So that is why before leaving the class, let's just discuss one more question. So if I want to write the position vector from the origin, so what will be the position vector? R vector I want to write here. Tell me, what was the formula? Along x-axis, what is the coordinate here, beta? What is the coordinate along x-axis? Tell me. What is the coordinate along x-axis? 1. So answer will become 1 into I cap. 1 into I cap. Is it okay? 1 I cap plus, what is the coordinate along y-axis? 3. So this will become 3. But how will I come to know this coordinate? I have to write its unit vector with it, and that is j cap plus 2 k cap. This is the position vector from the origin of this particular point 1, 3, 2. So this unit vectors are telling if I'm writing here I cap, it means this 1 is along x-axis, this 3 is along. How will I come to know this 3 along x or y? By this unit vector. This j cap is telling, it means this coordinate is along which axis? Y-axis. This k cap is telling, it means this 2 is along which axis? 2 axis. This is the beauty of unit vectors. Khatam. Now you can define any vectors with the help of I, j, k. No need of south west, no need of east, south of east, angle 45 degree, 30 degree, 60 degree. Only I cap, j cap, k cap, and you will enjoy writing the vectors. So today's class is over. Thank you very much. Thank you for your patience. Bye bye. Take care. Good night and enjoy.